You know, I'm hearing from my clients all over the world. They're telling me that they're noticing that their buyers' decisions are changing, the decision-making process they're using, and the needs that they have are changing dramatically. I'm sure you've noticed it too. I think we all have. And where they're struggling is how to respond to that. You know, I've heard from some people that they're thinking about completely shutting down their business, that they're afraid they're not going to survive, and they're just giving up. And if that's you, I want to talk about that today, because this isn't the time to give up. You're in business for a reason, whether, you know, it's your passion or your livelihood or some combination of that. You're in business for a reason, and I don't want you to give up. So I want to talk to you today about the proven strategy that I've used for almost 30 years that have helped companies not just survive difficult times, but actually thrive. So let's talk first about, what do your buyers really care about? And I'm going to promise you one thing: more likely than not, they do not care about your product or service. They're not stressed out about, you know, can I find a great web designer? They're not stressed out about, you know, the service that you're providing. They're stressed out about making payroll, how they survive this. And it boils down to three things: money, risk, and time. So as you're thinking about your buyers and what they need from you and how to help them make great decisions, that's what they care about. So when you think about your buyers, really think about them, you know. And what I like to do is I like to look at five. Think of your five most ideal buyers, the ones you love working with. If those are the only people, the type of people that you are going to work with, what do they have in common? And this is far more than just an avatar. I'm not asking about, you know, male, female, age range, that kind of thing. I'm asking about, what are the things that they're experiencing in their life. So let's take like a supply chain manager just as an example. You know, one of the things that they're dealing with is they've got their company and the stress of fulfilling the job that they need to fulfill in order to make their company successful. They've also got people above them, their bosses, and then they've got the people that they're supplying. Everybody has competing interests. This is actually a massively stressful type of job. So as you think of them, you know, how old they are and what gender they are isn't as important as understanding what it is that they really need. So if you're providing a service to them that helps them get the job done faster or better, or, you know, they can't get supplies, if you can help them with that, that's the kind of thing they really need your help with. And that's going to help. If you can help them, that's going to give them the opportunity to make a decision to hire you. So I want you to think about who your ideal buyers really are. Write down 5 of them. And then start thinking about what you know about them personally. Look, you know, we make decisions in business using our heads because we're business people, but we also make a lot of decisions emotionally. So I haven't worked with this company before, but they're helping me out in this crisis by fulfilling something that I need, whether it's giving me great advice, or whether it's solving a problem, or providing me with something that I can't get anywhere. So what is it that you can offer them to help? Sometimes it's advice. You know, a lot of you have heard me talk about the realtor who sold $602 million worth of houses by talking about diabetes, heart disease, and teen drug use. Now that's a crazy thing for somebody to use in their marketing to talk to their ideal buyers about. But that's what her ideal buyers cared about. When you think of what it really is, it falls into those categories: money, risk, and time. These people had a higher incidence of heart disease and diabetes and early death They wanted more time with their families or more time on the planet. They were at risk for these severe medical issues, and their kids were at an increased risk for teen drug use and other aberrant behaviors that no parent wants. So when she talked to them after really doing an analysis, just like I'm telling you to do today, when she talked to them about what they really cared about, she was able to then give them advice on how to make their life better. Well, how do you buy a house and make your life better when your concern is heart disease? Well, did you know that being out in nature actually reduces your risk of heart attack as much as some of the best drugs on the market? And being near the sea has a similar effect. Her homes happened to be surrounded by nature and near the sea. So she was able to make that connection between their concerns, diabetes, heart disease, early death, and selling her home, which provided stress relief and being out in nature and, helping as much as a lot of drugs did. So when you think of your ideal buyers, what is their diabetes, heart disease, and teen drug use? That's what you really want to talk to them about. So after you've identified who these people are, really think about what it is that they need, what they have in common. You can even ask them. That's one of the things that people really appreciate. When there's struggle, when you reach out to them and communicate to them, and I'm not saying send out an email talking about health risks if you're not in that field, because nobody wants to hear about health suggestions from somebody who builds websites, right? Talk to them about how you can help them make more money, solve more problems, be better at what they do. That's what they want to hear from you about. So reach out to them. Think of those 5 ideal buyers. Set up a Zoom meeting with them. Hey, how can I help you? What do you need right now? How can I help you strategize? Not I'm here to get my hand in your wallet, but I'm here to help you. And find out from them what they're really struggling with. If they're your ideal buyer and you want a world of ideal buyers, they're the best people to give you advice. Does that make sense? So the first thing to do is think about who they are. In the categories of money, risk, and time, what are they concerned about? If you need help, knowing that, reach out and ask them. And then invite your team and have a conversation. How do we help our ideal buyers right now? In the long run, this is going to help you and your company. You're helping them, they become loyal customers, they help you understand what it is that they need and how to create success for themselves and solve their problems. Who do you think, when they're ready to buy, who do you think they're going to buy from? The guy down the street or the person who was there when they really needed the help? That's right. That's who they're going to buy from. That's what happened with the home seller. There were a lot of people that she talked to initially who weren't necessarily interested in buying a house. I have a house. I don't need a house, is what they said. When they were ready to buy a house, or when they were educated about how her homes could make their lives and their families' lives better, they were interested. So do that this week. Sit down and think about this. And if you need my help, or if you want more tips and suggestions on how you not just survive through this, but thrive, and I mean thrive ethically. We're not going to go out and gouge people and manipulate people into buying things that they don't actually need, but solve their problems, thrive ethically. And if I can help, go to quantumresultsformula.com, and I'm right there with you, wishing you massive joy and success, and you will thrive. Thanks for joining me today.